Alright, good afternoon ladies and gentlemen. Been a busy day. So I had some plumbing to do. Finally got that done. While I was working on the plumbing, Office Depot printed off the PDF that Rodney just provided us free. This is every single team in 4 sports in history. This is the entire PDF file, 331 pages, something like that. So it's baseball, it's every league here, it's all the baseball leagues. Let's see, I don't know how many baseball leagues here. We have baseball, basketball, football, Canadian, and then of course hockey. So there it is, folks, 331 front and back. Every single team in history for 4 sports, the 4 major sports. So I thought it would be fun. Oh, and by the way, this morning I made the video, the new Time Sports Originals Remastered. These are the original games, kind of tweaked to support this easily. I mean, these will work with any version of the Time Sports games, and as well as, and Rodney said this brilliantly in a comment on the video, you can also make these. You can also tweak and make these games your own. That's what makes them so. That's what makes the time games so fun. You can make them as detailed or as broad as you want. And I'm a firm believer in that, right? Gaming, one reason I love tabletop gaming over console gaming, video gaming, unless you're a hacker, unless you are able to mod via computers or something, mod games, you can't readily change console games, but you can tweak Apple Hockey, you can tweak any of this stuff. So I thought it'd be fun. Let's go ahead and do a baseball game. I want to find the 1927 Yankees. Actually, you know what I'd like? I would love the Atlanta Braves. There's the Oakland Athletics. Where are the Atlanta Braves of 90? What was it, 98? Braves. That was one of my favorite teams. Where is it at? I don't think I'm in the right spot. No. 1800s, folks. 1899. Holy cow, 1900. Holy this is just baseball. 77, 8. See, this is the problem. I gotta put some. I'm gonna have to put some. Gee, I was gonna spiral bind it, make it into a big book, but that was like an extra, like $20 to spiral bind something this big. So I just had them hole punch it. I don't know. Well, I could do my Rockies. The debut of the Rockies. What was that? 94. The debut of the Colorado Rockies was 94, I believe. Yep, there they are, the debut. 53 and 64, they weren't horrible. Yeah, so let's do it. Let's do the Rockies. 94 Colorado Rockies at, how about the Cincinnati Reds, the 94 Reds? All right, okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to go through this. That just kind of explains to you the whole shebang. And there it is. That's all of baseball time. The original tweaked to not use OB ratings. So the Colorado Rockies, NL West, they're B. ORB against the Cincinnati Reds, B. Defense B. So B versus B is B. So the Reds will be a ORB for this game, and the Reds, who are an A against our F, imagine what that's going to be. It's going to be an ORA for the Reds. Okay, and now we're going to look at the Rockies. 0, so their defensive fielding rating is a 0. Their defensive pitching rating is actually a 1+. The Reds, Cincinnati Reds, are a 1+ and a 1+. That'll be easy to remember, right? So here we go. We're just going to go inning 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Maybe we'll need a 9. All right, here we go. Very simple, folks. So the Colorado Rockies up first at bat, and we're looking at the B chart for our offensive rating, 3. Or for our game grade, actually. So it's our game grade is B. Sorry, game grade. Let's use the right terminology. So our game grade tells you right here what you're doing. You're getting the game grade, and then game grade's used on this chart. This is the same for everyone, right? 3. So we're going to get DF factor. Their DF factor is 1+, so their DF 1+ is no runs. So Rockies, the defensive fielding stopped any score. The Reds 2. The Reds on the A chart are the Reds on the A chart are DP. Our pitching is 1 plus. Pitching 1 plus is no score. How about that? So far 0-0. 2 for us is DP. Their pitching is 1 plus. This will be 0. This may be low scoring, folks. The Reds 1. The run's 0. So this is just a flat no run inning as we get the strikeouts or the 3 up, 3 down. 5 for us on B is going to be a run. So we're going to score 1 run in the third. 4 for them. They're going to score a run. So we're in a 1-1 game here, folks. 4 for us. We're going to DF. DF, we already looked at their DF, but let's double check it. Nope, no score for us. The Reds on A are going to score another, so it's now 2-1 hometown Reds. The Rockies are looking at DF. We already know that against Cincinnati, there's nothing there. 6. Oh no, so they get to keep rolling. So they get a 1 plus, but they get to keep rolling. 1 plus, 2. So that's it. They just get 2. So if you get another plus, you keep rolling. So they got 1 plus, they got to roll again, they got another 1, that makes it 2, and you stop. But if you got 1 plus again, you'd keep rolling. 2 for us. Dang. And that's DP for them again. 1 plus, nothing. Damn. So Colorado now losing 4-1. Oh, 1 plus again. Oh, 2 plus. 2 plus DP. Our DP is 0. That's going to be 1 more, so that's 3 more runs. So the Reds now are shattering our bullpen. You can imagine our starters getting shelled, so now the bullpen will be coming in. That's at the bottom of the 6th. It is 5, 6, 7-1 Reds. 1, nothing for us. Nothing for them. DP for us, we already knows nothing now. And 3 for them. 3 for them is DF. Again, let's double check our DF. Our DF is 0. Oh man, we gave up another run. So our defensive fielders didn't get the out they needed to get. 0 for us, and the Reds don't have to finish in the bottom of the 9th, folks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8-1 Reds win. Holy cow! That's the debut of this beautiful. Look at this. That's the entire history of the Big 4 pro sports up to 2024. Multiple Canadian leagues, multiple American football leagues, multiple couple of baseball. Let's look. For those who haven't looked at this file, I'm almost certain anybody who cares has already grabbed it and downloaded it, so I'm just going over it. The American Association, American League, American Negro League, East-West League. This is a baseball, right? The Eastern Colored League, Federal League, National Association, National League, Negro American League, Negro National League, Negro National League 2, Negro Southern League, Players League, and the Union Association. The entire history, all of those leagues. Basketball, we got the American Basketball Association, Basketball Association of America, National Basketball Association, National Basketball League, National Hockey League. Oh, and hockey leagues. Okay, NHL in here too, and the World Hockey Association is in here. I didn't notice that when I looked through it earlier. So that's basketball and hockey. So not a lot of hockey leagues. I thought there was more hockey leagues. Just got to be no. And then the rest is football. Are you kidding me? Look at that, folks. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48 football leagues. Entire history. Now, some of those are Canadian, some of those are American, etc. But that's 48 leagues, their entire history. Of course, the NFL is the longest, 80, 100 seasons of NFL action here. So my first game, folks, this is our first play test. I don't know what happened in real life between the Rockies and the Reds, but I wouldn't be surprised if this is the answer, as the Rockies were an expansion club. Their debut, they were actually fun. This was a for an expansion team, they actually were pretty dang good. They had a great batting lineup. Their pitching was always kind of a problem. But if you had big hitters in the Mile High era, you were going to crack some. What are they called? The Blake Street Bombers. Larry. I can't remember all the guys now. Dante Bichette, Larry. Oh my God. Anyway. And then the Cincinnati Reds 8-1. So that's our first play test today. Is 7:31, and I'm doing this because I'm going to be gone for almost a week. So I kind of wanted to quickly make this video, share this, and then I'm gone. So I won't be around for almost a week. So unless something changes and I get home early. But so let's go ahead now and try another game. So that was an example of the original baseball time. That fast, that simple, that fun. For me, fun. Let's do, we got to do my 83 NBA. I got to do my 83 76ers, baby. So let's go find the 83 Sixers. He does recommend these are all relative to the league. The ratings are relative to the league they played in. So I wouldn't necessarily do best of era. However, I wouldn't say you can't. It's just you're going to want to be aware that this is based on who they faced. So where am I? Where are we at here? Philly. There they are, baby. 65-17, the champs. 1983. Actually, I want to be at home in this one. 80, not that there's a home field advantage. 76ers. And let's do the Lakers were the losers. Yeah, I like the Boston Celtics, baby. Arch rival Celtics. The arch rival Celtics. First quarter, second quarter, third quarter, fourth quarter, maybe overtime. All right, folks, let's take a look. So the Celtics are a B versus our B. B versus B is B. So they're going to be a B for this game. And we are a B versus the Celtics B. So B. So B versus B, anybody's game, baby. And they weren't, the difference between these two teams was 7 games? No, 9 games. 11 games. Wow. So the 76ers won 11 games more than the Celtics. But that doesn't mean they won them against the Celtics. They may have lost some of their few losses to the Celtics. All right, so here we go. So the Celtics start out with B. B is going to be 5. They're going to score 22 in the first quarter. And the 76ers, looking at B, are going to score 28, baby. And then this was always meant to be randomized, right? I've had suggestions, which were not bad suggestions over the past year, that everything should go from low to high so it's easier, when you roll the dice immediately. But that's great and it is faster, but I like you to be engaged. So if I make it random, you have to engage, you have to look at it. And I think it just makes it more engaging. All right, 22-28, 76ers at home leading by 6. Holy cow, it's going to be 38 with a minus. We can minus 3, 4, or 6. A defensive star could take some off of here. No, so they're going to score 38. What a huge quarter for the Celtics on the road. We're going to score 32. So at halftime, it is 60. Woo! To, let me see here. Oh my God, same thing. 60-60 at halftime, folks. Holy cow. Yep, 60-60 at halftime. Third quarter, we're going to switch it up. Philly's going to roll first. 28 for Philly, so they're on track. And Boston, 3, is going to score 32. Folks, this is going to be a close game. Philly in the fourth, 6, they're going to get 38, and maybe Boston can take something away. Nope, so it's going to be 38. Huge quarter for us. Dang it, I got to throw it. 21, and they have a chance to score with a star. Yep, they get 2 more points. 23. There will be no overtime. And we scored 66 in the second half, so that's going to be 126 for us. Yep, 126. They're going to score 60, 92, 95, 115. So we're going to win it 126-115 in Philly, baby. And there you go. That's how quickly. And again, we get an ebb and flow of the game, although it's a fast play game, but it's simple to adjudicate, right? A minus means a defense could step up and take something away. A plus means an offensive player could step up and add something. Defense, and some of them just have, this one has offense and defense, this one has offense, and then just defense here. So B can have a bonus, B can also have a negative, A can only have a negative, C can only have a negative, and D and F can get positive. So that's a way for F and D to kind of hang with the big boys in a rare night. So there's basketball. So we played basketball, we played baseball. Again, this is 7:31:25. This is basketball. Right? And the other was baseball. So this one's baseball time. All right, folks. Now we're going to get on to my favorite sport in the world, second to boxing. Well, football's probably, I would argue football's my favorite sport in the world now, but it was boxing. And really, the sport of boxing is my favorite, but watching boxing I'm not such a big fan of anymore. But okay, some of that's just cranky old man stuff. Let's go to a football team. We got a CFL team. You want to do CFL? Let's do the 94 Stampeders. 94 Calgary. Man. And we got to do Edmonton. 13-5 Edmonton. So Calgary was 15-3. And Edmonton was 13-5. Edmonton. Now check this out. Calgary is an A+. That just means they are in the top 5% in history. But A+ doesn't affect play. It just lets you know how good they were in history. So Calgary A versus the A defense of the Eskimos. A and A is C. Oh man, Calgary greatly reduced. Edmonton is a C versus an A. Oh no, 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 no. F. Edmonton will be an F scoring machine. This ought to be low scoring, folks. First quarter, second quarter. Oh wait. This ain't quarters. This is possessions. So we're gonna go Edmonton at home, Calgary, Edmonton, Calgary, Edmonton, Calgary, Edmonton, Calgary. This will be the first half, and of course we break it 1Q, 2Q. All right, here we go. The Edmonton Eskimos, 4. They're looking at F. 4 is a punt and it will score a rouge. So Edmonton is actually going to score a rouge on their first drive. 1 point for Edmonton. C for Stampeders. 4C is 3 points. So a field goal with a chance to miss. If I roll a 1, it's a miss. If I roll a 2, it's a rouge. Nope, they're going to make it. Field goal, Edmonton. So that's how you play the Canadian. Same chart, different sport. Right? Different type of football. 4 for the F team. Wow, another rouge is scored. So right now they're punting. So they're driving down the field and punting balls that the coach is saying, take it, take it. We're still up 3-2, guys. Calgary, 5. There it is. Calgary on the C chart is going to score a touchdown. That touchdown is a running touchdown. So run, TD. We do not have to check the PAT. First quarter's in the books, folks. Stampeders are going to be 10. Edmonton, 2. 10-2 in the first quarter. Second quarter, Edmonton goes to work. 2 is going to be a punt without a rouge. Calgary's going to score 4. 4 is a field goal. And do they make it? Nope, they're going to score a rouge because they missed the field goal. But 2 is the rouge on the missed field goal on that particular adjustment. 1 for us, touchdown. So can you believe us? I said us. Unbelievable. Edmonton's going to score a run touchdown. So run TD for Edmonton. That's not really a surprise. As you can see, these Rouges, they were getting down there and punting the ball perfectly. So they were driving over the midline. And C is a punt with a Rouge scored by Calgary. So a few too many Rouges here, but that's okay. Rouge 1. So we got a few too many. That's okay. Punt. So Calgary's going to score 2. So they're 2 this quarter. And we're going to score, Edmonton's going to score 7. So, folks, it's 12-9 at halftime. Halftime, 12-9. We got a ball game, folks. It's going to be Calgary in the second half. Edmonton, Calgary, Edmonton. Calgary, Edmonton, Calgary, Edmonton. And this is the third quarter and the fourth quarter. Now, remember, the rules state to use a die for time. So that would be 15 minutes minus 6. So we can do it. We're going to play it rules as written. I'm using possessions. But so Calgary's going to take 6 minutes off the clock. So 15 minus 6 at the 9-minute mark. What does Calgary do in the start of the third quarter? 6. Calgary's going to score a field goal. Do they? They do. Field goal for Calgary. Edmonton takes 4 off that 9. So 9 minus 4. Edmonton at the 5-minute mark. 6. They're going to turn it over. How do they turn it over? 5. They're going to fumble lost. So a turnover. Calgary, it's going to take 6 off the clock. So all we care about is 0 minutes, right? So what happens is we go 5, 0 minutes remain. So what do they do before it flips over the quarter? 4 for Calgary. 4 is a field goal. Do they make the field goal? They do. And that actually ends the quarter. That would eat up all the clock. So Edmonton now, Calgary, Edmonton, Calgary. So Edmonton, so we're going to get 6 more 0. So the third quarter, 6-0 Calgary. Edmonton, off the clock, 15 off the clock, or 2 off 15, 15 minus 2 at the 13-minute mark. This should have been Edmonton, a fumble lost. 3 is going to be a Rouge, so they're going to score a Rouge again. Calgary takes 4 off 13, 13 minus 4 is the 9-minute mark. 4, Calgary's going to score a field goal maybe. Yep. Edmonton, that was Edmonton. Shh, I got it backwards. Edmonton. Okay, what did I roll? I rolled a 4 for them, didn't I? No, they scored a Rouge. Right. And then Calgary at the 9-minute mark, what did I just roll? Field goal. I wrote it in the wrong one. Okay, sorry. And then we got 6 off 9. So 9 minus 6 at the 3-minute mark of the fourth quarter. Looking at F3 is another Rouge. So that's a little high, but that's okay. You can come up with rules to determine whether that is actually a Rouge or not. Calgary, maybe the final drive. No. 3 minus 2. With 1 minute remaining, Calgary is going to score a Rouge, and then that means Edmonton will get the ball no matter what, minus, so it's going to be 1-0 left for Edmonton, a chance to score late, and again, they're going to get another Rouge. Unbelievable. So we're going to get from Calgary 3, 4, so Calgary's going to score 4 and 3, so the halftime it was 12, 16 for Calgary to 9, 10, 11, 12. 16 to 12 was the score in the 94 Stampeders at Edmonton. But that's that defense, that A-plus defense holds Edmonton down. Few too many Rouges, right? So what you can do, simple rule, if you see the punt rules, obviously just if you roll a 1, it's a Rouge. If not, it's a punt. Very simple to adjust it. I don't mind this. I don't mind 16 to 12. Right, because when I'm tracking stats at the end of the week, all I'm seeing is the final score, 16 to 12. Stampeders would have beaten Edmonton. I have no clue how close that is if they played each other in the championship or something, but I'm assuming no. The guy who lost in '94, who was champ? The Lions were champs at 11-6-1. They were on the Grey Cup, and the Baltimore CFLers lost the Grey. Who are the Baltimore CFLers? What the hell? Never heard of them. So the Baltimore CFLers lost the Grey Cup to the BC Lions. Who the hell? In the Calgary was 15-3 and Edmonton were 13-5 and didn't get to the championship. Wow. Well, 16-12. That's amazing. The Calgary Stampeders are A+, A+. So maybe they had an injury. How did the Stampeders in the top 5% in both offense and defense in history not win the Grey Cup? The BC Lions. Good for you. Anyway, 16-12 in the CFL game. Right, this is again 7-3. This is football time. 25. Pardon my chicken scratch. You know I normally don't do this. I'm trying to go through this quickly because I have to shower, pack, and get the hell out of here. Especially after doing plumbing all freaking morning. God dog it. I'll tell you, I'm not a plumber. And do-it-yourself shit, man. Hands are all jacked up, stink, covered in muck. Fortunately, you don't have to smell me to watch this. Hockey's a little more sophisticated, so I'm probably not going to play that right now because I don't want to take the. Well, what the hell? What the hell, folks? Let's do it. Hockey. Let's play you through a hockey game. All right, let's go to 19. Let's go to game 4. I'm going to look at all the NHL teams here, folks. This last 40 pages is all NHL. So we're going to do the 43 Stanley Cup game. So for those who've been watching my Red Ice Hockey, we're about to do game 4. So this will be game 4 of the Stanley Cup that I'm replaying in Red Ice Hockey. Detroit. Right, this is 1942-43 in my replay. It'll be Detroit. At Toronto. Detroit's winning the series 2-1 right now. Right? So here we go. So how do you do this? Well, let's go over to 42-43. Let's get these guys. Detroit, there they are. They were the champs. They're a D offense, folks, against Toronto's B defense. Oh, not going to be good. So D versus B is F. So Detroit is going to be an F team. Toronto is a B versus the Detroit A+. So B versus A is C. So Toronto definitely has the edge. However, goalie, A plus goalie. And goalie here is Broda, right? I believe that's Broda. Broda is an A. So we got two brilliant goalies in this game. All right, first period. Very simple, right? So we're just going to do it this way. Detroit. Well, we can't write down all the teams until the times. So Detroit, from 20 minutes, Detroit's going to take off the clock 6, right? So at the 14-minute mark, Detroit, what are you going to do on the F charts? 4. 4 is going to be a turnover, so they're going to turn it over. Toronto at the 11-minute mark. Toronto, looking at the C chart, is a shot. 1 to 3, it's good. Yep, goal. So Toronto at home is going to score a goal. Rotating. This has been a slight change to the original rules. If you have the free copy of this, I tweaked how you do this. So every team gets to alternate, and we just roll to take time off. 6 minutes off the clock. So at the 5-minute mark, Detroit. 6, by the way, is power play. So Detroit gets to use one step up. So they're F, they get to go to D. They're in a power play. 6 is shot 2, and they're not going to make it, so we got to roll a rebound. So the goalie is an A for Toronto. We got to check a rebound. 3 rebound is another shot, so this is going to be a second shot. That's 2. And 4, again, they're still on a power play. 4 is a miss, so they're just going to flat miss, right? So it'll be basically a turnover, but they had 2 shots on goal. Toronto is going to get it. They're going to take 4 off the clock. 1 minute remains in the first period. 1, Toronto's going to get a shot, and they're going to score. Goal! Holy cow. Detroit, it's going to be no minutes left on the clock. What do? 5, so we don't have a power play. What do? 4, they're going to save, so we're going to get a save. So it's a shot on goal with a save, and that's going to end the first period. It is 2-0. Second period about to get underway, and Detroit started here, so we'll start with Toronto here. Toronto takes 2 minutes off the clock, so at the 18-minute mark, 2, Toronto's going to turn it over. Detroit takes 3 minutes off the clock. We're at the 15-minute mark. What does Detroit do? 2, they're going to get a shot. Detroit, they come back. Yep, bam, Detroit scores, goal. Holy cow, Toronto. 3 off, it's going to be 12. This is so fun, dude. I love these fast play hockey games. I would write down the teams and have the stuff, but right now I just want to play. This is how you could expect to just sit down and enjoy some replay. 12 minutes off the clock. What do we do? 3 is going to be a save. Shoot, but we did get a shot on goal. Detroit take 3 off. They're at the 9-minute mark. Boy, we're having a lot of action in this one. It's a miss. So they get a shot, but it's a flat miss. Toronto subtract 5. We're at the 4-minute mark. What does Toronto do? 6. They're going to get a shot. No goal. So do they rebound? A plus goalie. 2 is a shot. A plus goalie. So it's going to be a shot on goal. This is their second shot on goal. 2 is shot on goal. A third shot on goal. It's good. Goal. Toronto lighten it up. And Detroit, what do? Oh my God! They only take a minute off the clock after that goal, and they're going to miss. Toronto's getting get another chance here to score. 3 is a save with another shot on goal. My God, folks. So in that period, it is a goal. And we got 2, 3. So it is 3-1 after 2. Actually, I'm going to put, we scored 1 goal here. I'm going to do 1. I'm going to tally the total at the end. Third period, Detroit gets to start. Take 2 off the clock. They're at the 18-minute mark. What do? 5. They're going to turn it over. That F's killing them, man. Toronto, 4 off. So at the 14-minute mark, Toronto's going to get a shot. And it's good. Oh, my God. Toronto blowing up this game. Last game, they have been stymied by the Detroit defense in the last few games. Detroit takes 4 off the clock. We're at the 10-minute mark, midway through the final period. And Detroit with a 4 is going to be a save for us. That will be, of course, a shot on goal. Toronto, I say us because I'm a Toronto fan. And 6 is a shot. Oh, no, 6 off the clock's power play. So we got 6 minutes off the clock. So a power play, and we're going to be shooting now at B. Toronto on a power play is going to get a save. Very nice for the goalie. and Detroit. That's it. Power play. No time left. They're going to get a power play chance. They're going to move up to D. Can they score? They have a shot. 1-2, they'll score. Nope, they're going to miss. Is there a rebound? 2 is turnover, so it's going to be turned over. 1 shot, and that's it, folks. Game over. We're going to get no score here. We're going to score another goal. The final is 4-1. Now we got the series tied. Series tied 2-2 after Toronto. Holy cow, folks. This is the 1942-43 Stanley Cup. The first 3 games were played with red ice. The 4th game played with hockey time. There you have it, folks. In that 30-minute video, we have played all 4 of the games, grabbing teams out of this 330-page tome of sports history. And again, did it with no details. I didn't write down rosters, didn't track anything really serious. Normally, I'm very anal. I track this stuff in notebooks. I keep it forever. But just to quickly go through it, show you how you can just sit down and play, tutorialize it a little bit. So the Rockies, to recap, the 94 Rockies, their exhibition camp debut, losing to the Reds 8-1. Basketball, my 76ers in 1983 at home win 126-115 over the big bad Celtics. The 94 Stampeders and the 94 Edmonton Eskimos. We end up with a weird 16-12 game in the football experience. And then we have the hockey experience. The 4th game of the Stanley Cup, Game 4. Chicken scratch. I'll have to rewrite this. Detroit, let's see here. Toronto takes 2 in the first at home in front of hometown fans. They score 1 each in the second, but then Toronto puts them away with 1 in the third and wins this one 4-1. Fantastic. Thanks for watching. Good day.